Hey guys, I've got a secret to share with you, but don't tell anyone else. I hear voices. And I'm not talking about the, positive voices. Well, why am I whispering? Okay, you have it right there. I hear voices. And not all of these voices start out in my head. I'm hearing voices from my wife, as great as she is and as much as I love her voice. I'm hearing voices from my son, from my peers, colleagues, family members, friends. I'm hearing voices from social media, from elected officials. I'm hearing voices from strangers. And everyone's telling me what I should do or how I should act or what I need to be or how I need to respond. If you're anything like me, meaning that you're human and that you are I guess receptive and responsive to your senses, you highly likely hear voices too. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If you hear, those kinds of voices, you might need to go get checked out. But what does get dangerous is when we don't know which voices to listen to. Now, I know there are people in our lives, maybe those are the strongest voices or the loudest voices that we hear, that might not necessarily mean the best for us in our own intentions or in our own pursuit of greatness in our lives. Not that they're bad people. What I do believe is that the voices that we're hearing or that we lend an ear to, that we give any credibility to, those are the voices that we must be the most careful of when it comes to us living our lives. For instance, our loved ones, meaning our family members and friends, the voices that they are pouring into us, they might be good intentions from their viewpoint, but it might be damaging to our destiny and our purpose, which God has for each of us individually. So I'm going to ask you first to come to terms with and admit and accept the fact that you too hear voices. The next thing I'm going to ask you to do is decipher and then have a spirit of discernment, meaning that you're just going to, take careful consideration to which voices you lend an ear, which voices you allow to speak into your life. Because every voice, even the familiar voices, aren't necessarily good voices for us to listen to. Just because someone has a position or has a platform to speak into your life doesn't mean it's a voice that you should hear consistently and that you should respond to in a favorable way. So I'm going to ask you, what voices do you hear? And are you going to continue to listen to those voices in either the negative or the positive way? Put that in the chat below or shoot me a message separately, privately. Let me know what voices you're hearing. Hopefully, they are voices conducive to getting you to your destiny that God has planned for you. Until then, remember, I love you. God loves you. And there's nothing you can do about it. And don't be average. Be world renowned. Peace.